ज्ञानी तो फिर बोलता भी ऐसे है जैसे कोयल कूकती है। कोयल किसी के लिए थोड़ी कूक रही, वो कोई म्यूजिक रियलिटी शो में पार्टिसिपेट करने थोड़ी जाती कि देखो हम कितना बढ़िया कूक सकते हैं। अब मोर नाचता है तो मोर किसी के लिए नाचता है। कुछ महीने पहले ये सरोवर के पास 2 मोर आ गए, वो घूम रहे हैं और हम लोग आनंद ले रहे हैं उसका। और उस दिन उसका मूड नहीं था, उसने अपने पूरे पंख नहीं फैलाए। और कई वर्ष पहले हनुमान पार्क में ही वो मोर ने पूरा अपना पंख ऐसे खोला हुआ और वो इतरा रहा है और वो नाच रहा है, वो आनंद ले रहा है। तो ज्ञानी बिल्कुल उस मोर जैसा है, वो बोलता है अपने आनंद के लिए स्वांतः सुखाय, क्योंकि दूसरा तो कोई है नहीं उसकी दृष्टि में, दूसरा कोई बचा नहीं उसकी दृष्टि में। जैसे सपने में जितने भी नर नारी, जितने मनुष्य, जितने पशु, जितने जंगल पहाड़ होते हैं, वो तुम्हारा मन ही होता है। कह सकते हैं तुम ही होते हो। आज सुबह आंख खुली तो फिर तुम उसमें भी जो तुम्हारा शरीर था, तुम कहोगे मैं प्रभदेव वहां पे गया था तो मुझे ये हुआ था। उसमें भी किसी एक शरीर के साथ मैं मेरी तुम जोड़ लेते हो, बाकियों को पराया कर देते हो, जबकि स्वप्न में सब कुछ तुम ही तो थे। ज्ञानी के लिए सर्व अपना आप है, इसलिए कोई कर्तव्य है नहीं और बुद्धि की शुद्धि अशुद्धि का कोई प्रश्न है नहीं। ज्ञानी की तो बोलते सुषुप्ति भी समाधि होती है और जागे तो संसार का व्यवहार है। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानाम, वो सर्वभूत के साथ व्यवहार करता है, इस देह के द्वारा व्यवहार करता है, पर उसके अंदर न किसी के लिए द्वेष है, न किसी के लिए राग है, न किसी के लिए मोह है। जब देह की परिच्छिन्नता ही चली गई तो अब क्या शुद्धि अशुद्धि? कह सकते हैं कमल के फूल की तरह है, फिर वो कह सकते हैं वो आकाश की न्यायी होता है। जैसे आकाश में बादल आए, रात हो जाए, दिन हो जाए, सूर्य हो जाए, आकाश अनछुआ, आप अछूत हम कह सकते, जिसको छू ही नहीं सकता कोई, आकाश ऐसे ज्ञानी हो जाता है। इसलिए कोई कर्तव्य नहीं। सी द कंडीशनिंग ऑफ द माइंड इज वेरी वेरी deep. So the obsession and the possessiveness and the identification with the physical body is very, very strong. Hence the I-ness with the body and my-ness with the body doesn't just goes away. And then the identification with the mind is far greater than the physical body also. So mind is unhappy, person says I am unhappy. Mind says I am good, person actually feels I am good. If mind is disturbed, you say I am disturbed. So the identification with the mind is much more subtler, much more complex, much more intricately difficult to realize and to identify. And the mind and the emotions are like an ocean. You can't count how many waves are there in the ocean. Similarly, you are unable to see how many waves of emotions are rising in the mind. And with every emotion, the association is so deep, so it has a very powerful impact onto you. And it seems kind of very difficult to separate oneself from the mind. It might seem a very simple statement, I am not mind, I am separate from mind, but it is the most difficult truth to be encountered to see the mind as a different entity from your own being. And that is the root cause of all the troubles. Whatever's habitually, because of societal conditioning and nurturing, upbringing, we see this thing will make me happy, this thing will make me unhappy. We have a long list of those things. Like if your hands get dirty, then you know that you need to use some soap and water and rub the soap on the hand and create a lather nicely and rub it nicely and then wash it so that all the dirt and the bacteria and whatever just gets washed away and your hands are clean. We can see our dirty hand, we can see our clean hand. Can you see your dirty mind? And do you know which soap is required to clean the mind? And do you know what is the process to clean the mind? And are you ready to do this cleaning? And are you going to learn this methodology, how to be observer of the mind and manage and deal with the mind? You are living life through the mind. Body is just an extension of it. We are so particular about how my hair should be, how my clothes should be. We are so particular about all these things, which are actually not very meaningful. And we are totally unaware about how our mind is. So who is a seeker or who is a true aspirant? One whose focus is, what is the quality of my mind today? Have you ever seen little children when they are sleepy and they can't get a bed or a place to sleep? They get very cranky, crying, and they are very disturbed with their own inability to sleep. And then mother or father or somebody says, oh, he needs or she needs to be put into bed so that the child can sleep. And then somebody takes care of the child, puts the child into bed, tucks the child into the bed nicely, and then child sleeps and is happy. The crying is gone, crankiness is gone, all the noise which that child was making is all gone. Now see your mind like that cranky baby. But unfortunately, you don't know how to calm your own mind. Mind always has a list of, if this happens to me, or if so-and-so meets me, if I get to eat this, or if I get to wear this, or if I get to be applauded and appreciated by kind words by people around me, then I'll be happy. Now this is a story which your mind has scripted. And then your mind is looking for all that appreciation or attention. And when you don't get that, then your mind gets very upset and sad. One man was very upset. His friend said, why are you upset? He said, I don't know. He said, I think so. You should get married. Have a partner in your life. So he started looking for a suitable girl. It's very difficult to find. So years went by, he had many flings, he had many girlfriends, but they would just come and go. So he was still lurching and finding where to find a suitable girl. And by the time they met again, his friend said, so how's life? He said, horrible. So why? I couldn't find a girl. I don't know where she is. Isn't it strange? That suitable girl was looking for a suitable boy. And even she couldn't find it. So people, sometimes then, you have to do a compromise. I remember one girl was being admonished by her mother, and she said, "You won't get Tom Cruise. So whichever boy we are presenting to you, just say yes. You won't get See, the one who is handsome, the boy, the man, the one who will be handsome won't have brains. The one who is brainy won't be handsome, obviously. The one who is rich will have no time for the wife. The one who is poor will be always in trouble and complaining. So it's a no-brainer. So people just have to go somewhere in between. So whatever it is, take it, grab it, have it, so that you can change your marital status. Now I am no more single. Now I am double. First I had my single problems. Now I have double. And then soon they'll have kids, they will be triple. And then one more kid, then 4 times, quadruple. And then when people meet with one another, how are you? Fine. How are you? Oh, great. I wish they are great. They are. They think so. Until some event happens. So the suitable boys are looking for suitable girls and vice versa. And then somewhere in between, some marriages happen. Some work well, some drag, some are good, some are not. Some are excellent until you listen some another story about it. And it's quite a time pass. Quite a time pass for many people about it. So the mind has this story. The mind has a story that this will make me happy. And that story every time doesn't fit. Hence the mind is in a trouble, is in pain, is in misery. So until we change this approach that someone can make me happy, someone can complete me, you have registered your name in hell, for sure. So there can be 2 types of lifestyle. One is where you are constantly looking to appease your mind with those conditionings. And the another is where you begin to focus on yourself and begin to understand the mind and go into the root and the source of your own being to find the eternal bliss. So why this ashram is required? Because this place will teach you the tools, the ways, the means, the methods to make this change for yourself. Where you take responsibility of your life and make your mind ripple free, conditioning free, slavery free. The way to calm the mind and understand the waves and the ripples of the mind and making it as quiet as a lake which is still as a windless lake can be, that it might give you impression of that it's some mirror on the ground and not a lake, not a water body. The constant search to look in one's being who I am and breaking the identification with the body-mind and knowing this experientially, I am not body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect, and I am the pure truth, ever conscious, ever blissful existence. This realization requires hard work to break that bad conditioning of the world and to bring that unwavering quality of the mind. Making it still, clear, translucent. And with this mind, this cultivated mind, it will become easier to understand the Vedantic realities, the knowledge of Upanishad, the knowledge of Gita. So it's just like finding your own being, finding within your own self the reality of my existence. So it's a very dedicated, very, very clear that you can't just have today it is my mood to do meditation, and today I don't have the mood to do meditation. Today I have a mood to sit down and listen to the master's discourse. And one day, it's the same thing. I know all. Why should I go? Why should I sit down and listen? I know it. I have listened, heard it so many times. I don't need to listen again. Okay, the day you stop the urge to be with the master, to listen, well, once these instructions which are being given by the master, you leave it, your mind is going to go back into that same rut routine and being unconscious and being slave of the sensual indulgence and being obsessive with the body and being very, very persuasive to have the titillations of the senses. So it's just a clear choice. Either you make it and then do it, or you remain unclear and live your life in darkness and ignorance. So there are individuals who will make a clean, clear choice, and there will be individuals who will not pay attention to it and remain in that gut hole with their miseries and sufferings, and some party moments also will be there. No doubt about that. But just remember, life is very, very short. Very, very short. Human life is a blessing, but it comes with the expiry date. So before it expires, you need to inspire yourself. And that's how you make the changes, which are relevant, which are required, and which are beautiful.